What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers right here live on our Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. I'm your host, Daniel Greer, and Mark Wallace will be joining me very shortly. And let me go ahead and get the negative out of the way because I'm hoping that some of you just skipped the very beginning because this is what it looked like yesterday. I'm just going to say, Mr. Predicto, he's doing his damnedest to be really good at this. And me, I am sucking up so bad. And so I'm going to get off of that screen. But yes, it has been a bad week on this show for me. I've done really well outside of the show. I think I've only missed one other play on justthatsports.com where you can get all of our plays, more than what I'm giving on the show and more than what all of our guys are giving on the show. You can go over there and for the first month, you can get half off. Data 100, and you can get your plays right then and there. But even if you're a returning person, hopefully you're seeing the reward playing all of our plays. But as always, it sucked yesterday again, and I've sucked three days in a row. I'm never going to be on this show ever again all 5 days. Hopefully we get a bounce back day today. Maybe I can correct course by Friday at some point. But today on the show, we're going to hopefully welcome in Seabass here in just a little bit. We'll have him talking Traitors to end the show, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get a chance to bring in his lovely bride, Miss Candace Dillard-Bassett, who is on the show. She is currently filming something, so we're not sure if she'll have the time because of the time constraints to be live, but we'll figure it out. But we have a lot of news to get into within the NFL. There's other stuff surrounding the NBA world, some good games, plus our plays. Let's go ahead and bring in the Mark Wallace. What up, man?
DG. Yeah, let's look. Yesterday was a rough one, huh? But you know what? I know what that 5-day show schedule a week does, and it's taxing. If it's all right with you, I'm just going to ask Mr. Predicto what he thinks after I give my play.
Maybe why not? Well, let's just do that. We'll just, at this point, I'll just give my play. We'll ask the stupid Predicto guy
Right.
and just, you know what? I won't say stupid Predicto guy. He is on fire. So we're gonna be nice to him. But we do not have an actual light the lamp. So maybe we'll ask Mr. Predicto about our plays today, just to see how they're doing. And,
I like it.
And if he says no on mine, then just know I'm throwing it away, just like you should as well. But let's go. Let's go ahead and start off with our plays because we want to go ahead and set up everything, set the table for everything that we're going to be talking to. Plus, Seabass should be joining us shortly, so we'll make sure we get to him whenever he does arrive. So let's go ahead and get started, sir. What do you have?
Look, there is not going to be any problems at the Alamo tonight. Why? Because the San Antonio Spurs are hosting the Detroit Pistons. And look, the Spurs team is absolutely legit. They're coming back. They're playing their first game at home after a 5-game road series where they only lost one game. That was in Madison Square Garden to the Knicks. Very closely fought game. The next night, they end up going into Philadelphia and spanking the 76ers by 31 points, where the freak Wemby only registered 10 points. They didn't need him. Why? Because 7 other guys on the team scored in double digits, and that is the edge that is going to lift the Spurs in this matchup tonight. When you can go that deep into your bench and get that kind of production, you're a matchup nightmare. In Detroit, they can guard the 3 very well. They can rebound fairly well, but they're not beating this Spurs team. Not tonight.
All right, Mr. Predicto, what do you make of Marky Model's play here today?
Definitely not.
Let's go, Detroit Pistons.
What happened? This guy was a constant 100% yes. He was a yes man.
Not today, Satan. All right, let's go ahead and go with this one. We're going to go Lakers and the Nuggets. First half on the under of 124.5. I have this at minus 110. But looking at this, like these are going to be slower pace because you have the Joker, but also you have Luka. So these games are going to go a little under. I know they don't play a ton of defense, but I'm not too worried about that as much. Plus, there in I guess in Denver, where it is the mile high, right? It's going to be harder to breathe, so they're not going to be going up and down as easily. Their last time that they played back in January, it was 115 to 107 finish, to which they're not jumping over that big number. And so I expect 124.5 to be under. I have this projected a 58, 54, like 112 points here in the first half. So we'll see how all of that plays out. And so, you know what? It's only fair, Mark. I will ask Mr. Predicto, do you like my play of the Lakers and the Nuggets to go under the 124.5 in the first half?
Definitely yes.
Me and Mr. Predicto, you can call us best friends. Not a big deal. You can refer to us one and the same if you'd like. But it looks like tomorrow, promise,
Don't even start.
if it says a check mark on me and an X on you,
Dude, I quit. I quit. I'll just turn it over. I'll give my slot to Mr. Predicto.
yeah. Well, that might do us all a favor. But let's go ahead and hear from our guy, Seabass, who is always the one that is showing up on the show on our Thursday Talking Traitors. But he also has his spices for you all.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors: original, hot, and no salt. That's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
All right, Mark, people are asking important questions here in the chat, and it is Marky Hat Day. Over under $7.
What do you think? You know what? Ask Mr. Predicto. I'm gonna highlight him as a fraud now.
No.
Doing that? Over.
You know the answer. We're not going to do that. We knew the answer.
I was gonna ask Mr. Predicto what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
But you already know the answer. You're just setting them up for failure. I like the future projections here with Mr. Predicto. We're not going to smut his name out here.
I'm sorry. He just said no to my.
And it will lose. Don't bet it, people. This is what we think of you. You're playing in a yacht rock cover band. So you're on a yacht playing in a rock cover band.
Yacht rock is an actual genre of music. So no, it's Southern rock, and I wish I was on a yacht.
Joe's asking me, would I pay $7 for it? 2 things. One, I would not pay $7 for it unless it was part of a costume, because I do love Halloween, and I have paid $7 or more on dumber stuff in my life, and so I would not put it past me to pay $7 for a hat that would tie in the whole outfit if I was going out somewhere. So not somewhere, sorry, for Halloween only. I'm not wearing that for any other reason. I know you're tall, but maybe you can pull it off the long hair. Dude, I'm looking like Inspector Gadget type guy. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Like, give me the yellow suit like LaMelo Ball and we'll be all right. But not doing that one. Yes, Inspector Gadget.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I kind of want to do something a little bit later. Don't let me forget. But I want to share something. So I'm gonna add some music that that you have not heard yet. But I want to kind of tease something special on the show tomorrow. But we'll get to that here shortly. Let's talk about what's happening in the sports world. Is there any big topics, anything big happening in the sports world, easy for me to say, that you want to talk about? Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz, a legend. Somebody that, look, Coach Holtz, I've read his book. He was so inspirational, so motivational. And I just think that the sports world lost a legend yesterday. And he had a fantastic career in college football, a fantastic broadcasting career, right? And as he would say, he was never the smartest, the most good looking, or the most athletic, but he always managed to be in situations where he could be a positive impact. And that's certainly commendable, especially in today's day and age.
No doubt. And I think when you look at a guy like Lou Holtz, you'll remember the way he talked. And I think that'll be one of the things. And that's not a negative. Like, I think it was very different. And, honestly, sometimes when things are different, you remember them. And I'll remember the way his, the speech is, but also him being, on the show on Coaching Company this morning. I called him a chihuahua because literally, like, he's not a big fella. And he's just like the bite and the bark that he had was honestly bigger than who he really was, especially when he was a coach. And so that's what I'll remember of him. I've never been a big Notre Dame fan. I've never, been someone who followed his career. And honestly, I kind of come on to him late, when he was doing the announcing and being on different shows. And so I will never say that I was a huge Lou Holtz fan, but I do think that he will be synonymous with the way he sounded and a lot of his different phrases and sayings, because the funny one where if you your dog will always be your best friend, put your wife and your dog lock them in the back of a trunk, and then 2 hours later come and see who's actually excited to see you. Yeah, that's going to be
your dog.
One of the funniest things about that. So very good. All right. Wow. This is news to Joe. I have something in my eye. News to Joe. Joe's living under a rock, everyone. Everyone say hello to Joe. Let him know your name because he does not know what's happening. It's not Minnesota, Toto. DJ Moore got traded, Joe tells us. Yes. What do you give about this trade? Because we talked about Trent McDuffie yesterday, going from the Chiefs to the Rams, and now we are seeing DJ Moore go to the Buffalo Bills.
Look, I think that this is a huge get for the Bills, especially given what we saw last season with the Bills and Josh Allen having limited targets, especially in his receiver core, and they had to rely so much on James Cook to have big days. And then their passing game really turned into two tight ends, right? Knox and oh my God, what's the other one? I just drew a blank. Dawson Knox is who I was thinking of. But I think that this gives, especially with Coleman, you don't know what you're going to get with Coleman this season.
Right.
I think he's still got his feelings hurt over what's happened so far and finding out that he was a mistake that the Buffalo Bills didn't really want, that the front office didn't want. They were just appeasing Sean McDermott. So I think that there's still a lot of bridge to be built over that water for them.
Yeah. And I think we'll see, hopefully we'll see that DJ Moore does excel there. I don't know why he wouldn't, because in my opinion, I thought it was a good get, for him or for them to go get him. And I think, in all honesty, I think he'll be a guy that will do really well into, that the offense that Josh, that they have there with a new coaching staff. I think that he'll be a guy that you'll look back and be like, oh my God, like he was really that good. And so yeah. I like DJ Moore, how he can go through, honestly, the seams and different stuff. And so I think he'll be a good player for them. All right, but let's hit on something before we get to Seabass and talk some Traitors. We do have something that will be new tomorrow. And so we're going to have a new segment. I don't even know what we're going to call it. Not even thought about that part. So we'll figure that out. You know what?
Great.
Picture perfect. Does that work? We'll see. That might be what we start out with. But what it will be is I will show these dudes a photo, and they're going to have to tell me what team it is. So I have an example, because why not? So we're going to do the NHL tomorrow. You're not aware of that until right now. So you get a little bit of a head start since it is the first time. So the NHL tomorrow. And so what will happen is I'm going to show a picture on the screen, and you have to tell me on your whiteboard who the actual team is. So this one's going to be very easy. But Mark, you're going to get to show this, but also I'm going to be able to play some music as well. All right, Mark, who is that?
So this is for the NHL, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's not the Oilers. It's got to be the Ducks.
It's the Ducks. So very simple. That was an easy one. They will not all be that easy. But yes, I will be the guy who will be showing you these. And so it'll be your and Robbie's job out of 10. We'll see if you can get them. So it'll go a little quicker. But when you need some music, we'll play the music for us. And so while we think about it. So I think it should be a fun time. All right. Well, it is Talking Traitors time. It is some TV time out. So why not? Let's get to the man. Is he a myth? Is he a legend? I don't know. Let's get to some TV timeout with Seabass. All right, Seabass. What up, man?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today?
God, you're so quiet. Everything okay? Is the kid sleeping? What are we doing?
No, he's not sleeping, unfortunately. But yeah, it's supposed to be. So you just get me. She's gonna try and sneak down, but there's no guarantees. No guarantees.
Right. We'll see. We'll see if we get lucky and she comes and joins us for just a few minutes or so. But all right, let's go ahead and review everything because we're off of the finale, but also the reunion. So let's stick on the finale real quick on this one. Rob winning.
Yeah.
What, like, if you had to just kind of, was it the right call to him being the winner? Did everything play out the way you felt like it should have, or do you think that the season was good because of that?
No, I think the season ended up great. He played a really good game. I mean, he really had everybody eating out of the palm of his hand. And when you got to the final fire pit or whatever, when him and Maura throw their bags in and they're red and Eric is just, he's completely stunned, thought he was going to go ahead and cash with Rob, and he did not. And then you get the look on Maura's face after he was like, traitor, have been whole time. And she's just like she looks crushed. She looks absolutely crushed. No, when it got down to it, I think once he got Kristen and Mark out of the game, there was no way he could blow that. So no, he played a great game. Congratulations to him. Now that it's over, I can be nice. Listen, this is a lot of people don't get, coming from the housewives world of things, like you pump it up online and there's all the talking. Then you get down to the reunion and then everything's fine. Everything's done after that. You move on. And so it is what it is. Now, the only thing that I wish he would have done at the reunion would have been, Candace was kind of pressing him a little bit, just say that you wanted to win by yourself. And that's fine, right? That's within the rules of the game, and just say that. I think, for her, we saw it in the reunion. She, everybody thinks she was so angry and mad after the show, but she was fine. She was really fine with it. And it wasn't until she got, literally Colton told her that Rob said that Rob told her who the traitors were. Now, whether he said he was also a traitor or whatever, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. But when you're playing a game where there's a significant amount of money involved, and you feel you went out the way you went out, and you're cool, right? It's over. But then after the show, someone says, "Hey, well, I was told that you were a traitor." Then you feel cheated a little bit, and emotions kind of run high. But like I said, you went to the reunion, they asked the question, they kind of stumbled through their answer a little bit, but and you move on. And I think Rob was on Watch What Happens Live last night. No, he was on Watch What Happens Live last night, and he wished her well, and he said they squashed it at the end, and that's great. That's all you do at the end of it. But the show itself, I thought it was great. They got a new fan out of me. I'm going to be watching whoever's on. It doesn't matter. And I'm still going to tweet about it. I'm still going to have awful takes on it. And it is what it is. Just because my wife was on a show one time, well, now two, I guess, if you count Traitors, doesn't mean that I'm banned. I'm not allowed to use Twitter. I'm not allowed to use X. People are like, why is her husband tweeting? Because I'm enjoying it like everybody. I don't understand. But no, again, congratulations to Rob. I wouldn't have bought Maura Birkin, but good for you, sir. He bought her a $16,000 purse.
Yeah, that's the least he could have done. She just didn't look crushed. She was emotionally and physically devastated by his revelation. And I think it was brilliant because she thought she was being funny, right? When they had to reveal if they were a traitor or a faithful. And she apologized to him. She goes, "I'm so sorry." And he stayed right in that character all the way to the end of like there's
Right.
no way you're So I think then for her, she thought she was pulling a funny, and then to have the carpet just ripped out from underneath her, it was like, damn, that one's gonna hurt.
Brutal. But I mean, Eric got it brutal. So I think they all got it brutal. Lisa blindsided, Candace blindsided, Eric blindsided, Maura crushed.
Crushed.
So here's the question.
You have to say that when nobody sees it coming, you have to say he played a really good game. Now, is it the greatest Traitors game of all time? I don't know. I haven't seen the other, so I can't weigh in on that. But again, for us sitting at home, we know who the Traitors are, so we can see, well, I wouldn't have done that there, or that might have been a little too much. Like they said, Candace is doing too much talking. Well, whatever. But he played a really good game, and when you have that many people, like, what? I mean, you must have done it right.
Does the Birkin buy forgiveness?
Yes.
I mean, it's $16,000 is what they're reporting online. That's enough for you. I'd be like, sweet, thanks. I've got a bag that's going to appreciate in value. I think I'll take that as a win.
Yeah, because you got to look at what he won. Like, what was it? 200.
I think it was a little more.
I think it was
240. I thought I saw somewhere where it was the highest prize pot of all of the seasons so far.
Yeah, I think it was 240.
I mean, no wonder he jumped out of the helicopter for that would have been my thing. Like, you jumped out of a helicopter because you saw a big bag of money. Like, I don't know if I'm jumping out of the helicopter, but he was like, it's mine now.
Well, but let's be honest. Like, I'm looking at the $1 million Survivor winner. There is, I believe it's 750 or maybe $1 million now for Big Brother. My thoughts are, and I know it's NBC and those are CBS, but like this show, I know there's maybe not much goes into it, but still, like, there's the big names. In the end, $240K compared to the, everybody else they're getting roughly $750K more. Yeah. It's not like a huge prize pot just in general. So 16,000 out of that it's still it's a really good amount compared to, like, if it was the million, for the Big Brother or the Survivor. So I'm curious if Rob, who has talked about going on Survivor now, like, that might be something that he would go on, but he's almost too famous at this point that people would vote him off for sure. I would assume. But we said the same thing about Sari, who sucks at, honestly, the games in general, but somehow people continue to carry her through, which is ridiculous. That's another topic for another day.
I gotta start Survivor 50 this weekend. I'm gonna get into it, catch up to the current. I haven't gotten there yet. So I mean, I don't know what they do on the others. I mean, obviously all the Traitors contestants, they all got paid a salary, so to speak, to be on the show. Then there's the prize pot, but and again, only 4 seasons in. So I mean, was Survivor $1 million season 1? No. I mean, I don't know. I don't think
so.
So I think as because you're looking at ad revenue and all that stuff they got to bring in. Like, the network's not giving up $1 million for that. They want that to be covered by somebody else, I'm sure. And then Survivor's now filmed in Fiji. All of them are now in Fiji. Is that what they do? Right?
Yeah. Well, they were in Fiji. It's over now. Like, just like whenever they done filming, then they do the edit production.
I mean, it's not live. So I don't know what, like, the taxes are in Fiji, but I know in Scotland, I think they had to give up like 30% of their pay for taxes in Scotland. So now you're looking at 200. Now you're down to 50% would have been 100. So you're like, what, $1.30, maybe
exactly
$1.40, right? And then you gave 16 to more. That's a tax write-off. You back that out.
Well,
but
he's also got the Sonic deal now and other deals out of this, so I guarantee all those for sure pay for anything. He'll make more with that ad revenue than he will in appearances, more than he won on the show, for sure.
Sure. So, it's that brand that you're building, right? Same with Candace. She got the Arby's thing. She did the yacht party, got to actually go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
A couple other things coming up for her that I'm not at liberty to say at this particular moment in time. But some good stuff for her.
Well,
by the way, that's 16,000.
Well, Survivor season 1 was $1 million. Okay.
Wow. Never changed.
Just 6% of what he got. Don't give me this. Yeah, he's not magnanimous. Whatever. Shut up.
It's going to use the rest to fund a snake adventure in the
Yeah.
Amazon.
For sure.
Which, if Rob, I'm available, I'd like to hunt some snakes. What does he say? Let's do some hunting for some snakes.
I hate snakes. Never would I ever.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but I think it would be fun.
No, I'm not trying to get bit by a snake. He might know which ones they are, but I don't care. Like I'm not trying to do that, bro. We're good.
If this one is poisonous or not.
Yeah. Guess. Are you gonna die or nah? All right, we're not playing that one. We play a lot of dumb games on this show. That one is never gonna be one of the shows. All right, let's so put a bow on this one, Mark. What are your thoughts? And so, you look at the whole entire season. Was it just that that Rob ended up winning because then Mara had her reaction and he cut out Eric on and honestly in a pinky promise he had that in his back pocket with Mara. So like in the end of the day, Rob winning, did it make the season hold up, or if somebody else would have won, would it have actually tainted the season?
I think he did a masterclass in how to navigate as a traitor amongst both the traitors and the faithfuls all the way to the end. So to his credit, and to piggyback what Seabass has already said, is that yes, he played a masterful game. I think for me, the end, in most season endings of the traitors, they already kind of have an idea, and they're the bigger personalities are the more convincing ones. And I think in this case, we didn't have that. And that's what made this one so tense and so awkward at the end, that it was so brutal the way that it all played out. I think the reunion was interesting. The way that they did it, you could definitely tell who was accustomed to doing these reunions and what they were looking to accomplish versus people who were showing up to say, "Oh, I thought we're just talking about a recap."
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta get them to tune in to every minute.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. So Rob ends up winning. Mara comes in second. Eric, who now, I don't know if people have seen it yet, but Eric put out a new song. Seabass, have you seen his new song in the video?
I have seen it.
Did you like it?
Good for him. I hope it does very well. It's not my type of music, but
that's okay.
Listen, I mean, I'm all being an artist is crazy. The amount of support that you have to get to be able to make it is incredible. Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool that he used the people from the cast. Candace was also invited to be a part of that. It was done, I think, the Friday after they filmed the reunion, but somebody had to watch the kid. Like, you got to get back. Like, because at that point she had been gone since the Thursday before the Super Bowl. She flew out to San Francisco, so she was out there, and then from the Super Bowl she went right to LA and was there all week for the reunion. I was like, I need some help, because her mom wasn't here to help with the kids and babysitters, and I just needed to sleep one night, like something. So yeah, it's my fault she wasn't in the video. I told her she had to come home. But we made that decision before the offer was made.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, oh, can she stay one more day? Ticket's already bought. See ya.
Yeah, that's the tough part. But yes, it was fun, I will say.
Yeah,
and it was the tune could be catchy if that's your type. I think there's potential there that people might like it. It's not my type of music either, which is fine. But at the end of the day, I think it was decent. But I enjoyed the video part of it. So if you're gonna listen to it, whatever. But go watch the video. The video is actually funny. My favorite part was seeing Ron run back and rescue Rob. That was the funniest part. The very ending, I'm giving it away, but it was so funny seeing Ron run back and then have he was just carrying Rob in his arms, which is funny. So
I saw some behind the scenes footage of it, and you would have thought that it was Mora's music video with all of her. She's like pointing this and this. No, I got to do this and the tink and the tat and.
It's not a yacht rock song. No. Sorry, they're not on a yacht. All right, last question.
That's not what that means.
Yeah, I had no idea. All right, last question.
What you listen to when you're out on the boat, man.
Right? Yeah, that's like the fun, the boat music. All right, last one we'll have before we turn our eyes from Traitors to Survivor, and Robbie will be back next week. because he's the survivor guy through and through. Even though I enjoy it too, I think all of us do. But Robbie is Mr. Survivor. So if you had to do Traitors, not you personally, but if you're the executive producer, if you're changing some things, one change in your opinion that you would make on the show that would make the show better. If anybody has one, they can go first. If not, I'm putting you on the spot, Seabass.
Okay, Mark, do you have anything?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Mark.
Oh, okay. Well, then go for it. I mean, I got something, but you go first, and then I'll chime in.
I loved what they did with the secret traitor, although I think they could make it better by having a adjunct traitor, if you will. They are aware of who the other traitors are, but they put together a list of 4 people that then the 3 other traitors have to select from. I think the more that they're involved with the voting or the murdering of people overnight, I think that that's an element, because they don't get to discuss who's who unless they're in a group setting or something like that. So having those conversations would be very, very difficult, which kind of helps the faithfuls, because if you hear people having conversations about who they think is what or how that's going to help. I think it brings a element to the game where you get that other person, you don't know who it is, there's 4, and you can't bring somebody on after with less than 4 rounds to go. So with 6 people, you can't go out and recruit another traitor at the very last minute. If you're the last traitor in, you just have to survive on your own.
Well, that could make the show end a little bit premature. Nobody wants to end prematurely.
Why?
So,
because there's always that. If you can recruit up to that point, you could always have the traitors. Look, they still go around because they still don't believe that these people are faithfuls or traitors.
Yeah, but if you get out let's say you're down to 1 traitor, right? And there's 6 people. That took us through 3 episodes at 6 people. If they guess and the traitor's out, what do you do for the rest of them? There's no more traitors. Then the show's over.
No, but because they could still recruit up to that point. So you've already missed. You've got to assume that they've been recruiting every time a traitor has been pulled out. So when you get to that point, there's still the feasibility of having at least 2 traitors in the mix.
I think the only way to help you with that one, Mark, would be to start with, and honestly, like the number of traitors could vary. I think that's the only way to do if you wanted to do yours this next season, you start off with 4, and then they send a traitor home, whatever, and then you can recruit when you have 2. You can do that, which they do now. And so maybe that, like, if you start with 4 and then one season, maybe they start with 5. One season they start with 2. Like, I don't know. There's ways around it that it could not be like a set number. And so that'd be the only thing I would suggest. All right, Seabass, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah. I think if you should never know how many traitors there are, right? Everybody who watches or see, there's 3 every year, so we know we got 2 out, and they're not going to recruit until now. So I think keeping that, I like that mix up there. Now with the secret traitor, I do think it's a good idea as well. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I think they had the wrong person this year to be that first secret traitor, and the way that it went down. But they did get a list. That's how Rob C went out. She gave a list of 4. And then that's when the conga line happened, and Lisa and Rob were playing chess, and that's how they decided on Rob C. So they did have a list. She didn't just go rogue, right? So
No, and that's what I mean. If that secret traitor has a list, that's the list that the traitors have to use throughout the show. Does that make sense? So each night that they murder
for the entire time, here's the list.
Here, the secret traitor is the one who creates the list. And it's just from that person's perspective. Now, the other 3 have to figure out how that's going to help them eventually win the game.
Yeah, but things change from day to day, right? Somebody might have picked up on something, and now I need to murder this person to get him out, right? It may not always be. They're not on the list.
Right.
so the traders
that's
don't dictate the game. Now the secret trader dictates the game, and I don't know. And how do we get them out?
How do you get them out? Oh, you just went on mute.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there, but if
How do you get them out? But then the traders start having to find out who the secret trader is, and they banish them out at the round table.
Yeah, there's different ways to do it. I think the secret trader introduced a new way. I love the turret. I love the conversations in the turret. So if it was for me, I don't know about the secret trader. I don't. That was fine. I think the only cool thing about the secret trader is we didn't know who it was as a fan base, and I think that was fun for us because we've learned to know who the traders are. There could be some way to bring in the public and the viewer, just like they have these live votes. Actually have it where we don't know who the three or however many the traders are, but we got to figure out a way to still hear those conversations, whether you do them on the voice changers, right, and then you keep them masked the whole time, as long as they know who each other are. I think that's fine, but you could blur their face. I don't know how you would do it, but I would love to have a live public where you could guess who the traders are. And if you guess who the traders are, you could win a prize. I don't know. There's something that NBC could figure out with the public vote. I think it'd be interesting. So.
Yeah, and then could you imagine the confessionals, like when they're in the chair talking, they come in with the thing on the voice, like Masked Singer. Yeah. You don't ever know who it is until you know who it is.
That's immediately what I just thought of. But they got to come in the costumes.
Right. Yes. You got to have the hood on. And
they're if they get sent out, they're banished. And so imagine that the circle of truth or whatever it's called, whenever they say, "And I am a traitor," and the whole time we're like, oh my God, like that would be because we're finding out just like the people around the table would be. That would be
what else that
fun.
Helps? I think that also helps the online community, right? Because everybody's a friggin' know-it-all because we know who the traders are. This is gameplay, you know anything.
This is a guy who's been battle tested on X.
I'm here for more. I can't wait. For breakfast.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I think it'd be interesting how we would do it, but we'll see. But yeah, it looks like we have Big Cheesy birthday tomorrow.
Look at that.
And he needs a lock today. Seabass, he's going to be 4-0 tomorrow. The big 4-0.
Like he's won 4 games and lost 0, or he's going to be 40.
I think he's going to be 40.
And,
but if I could,
I just gave out my lock of the day. So, Big Cheesy, for your birthday, play the Spurs -3.5.
Mr. Predicto said, nah. But I do have a question, Seabass.
Yes.
For Big Cheesy, if you could be so generous, do you have any possible play that you could give him for today?
I do have one in the NHL. Now, Cheesy, I'm going to preface this with I've been using a lot of prediction markets. I play on Kalshi a lot now because I do it like day trading. I'm cashing out percentages of my play throughout the game, and then I'm letting a small portion of it ride to the end. And if it cashes, it does. If it doesn't, I've already made some money. But that being said, Philadelphia and Utah tonight, over the 5.5 goals. I want to say it's like -110, -115 right now. Now the play here, Vanacek. Garbage in goal. I expect Philadelphia to be the bulk of the scoring here. My AI model that I made has got the game right at 6 goals. So it could go either way. But what I really like about this, I like Philly to get 2 in the first period, right? So now my price has gone up and I'm starting to cash out. So if we can get 2 goals in the first period, I really like Philly to be able to do that. Utah's going to get 1 in here, but play the over 5.5. I like it to get to 6 goals tonight. But if you're on Kalshi, scale out of the position.
All right, I have a couple things.
Okay.
One, Mark, let's say you had a play on this game. What is your play on this game?
The under.
It's the under 5.5 at +100. First of all, Vanacek has been absolutely solid in goal, especially since the Olympic break. Philadelphia cannot get out of their own way. They can't score goals. I don't know about your AI model. Our AI model, which is self-learning, has the Flyers predicted at just over 2 goals in this game. I don't think they happen in the first period, though.
What happens?
The Mammoth wins.
I don't care who wins. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. I don't care. I just want goals.
Irrelevant.
And if it's backwards like that, and the Mammoth scored 2 in the first, I don't care. I still like the over. But I like it, like I said, to scale out. I like goals in the first period, and we'll see where it ends up. Like I said, I got it right. It's actually 5.89, so not close to 6, but I like it. Listen, my model is not as old as your model, okay? But
We're self-learning.
but the result, I don't even know what that means. I mean, I do know what it means, but either way, from what I've been using, I trust it. I like it. It hasn't steered me wrong yet. I haven't lost an NHL bet yet.
Do you know what? In all seriousness, I am so glad you said that. Because
Which
I
part?
don't about you trust your model. And I can tell you exactly why that is because as you built it, you understood what metrics you were looking at to come up with the output that you're looking to obtain. That's how you find edges. And I can tell you that I have a whole chapter in my book, Clearly Seeing the Board, which drops March 15th on Amazon, about model ownership and how that model ownership means more because of the simplicity and the understanding of what it's telling you. And that, my friend, is worth gold. So my hat's off to you and your model.
Yes.
Not my model. I married her 10 whatever many years ago. But I do want to talk about the Detroit Pistons and Spurs game. So on the show, and Seabass did not see this part, neither did Big Cheesy. But we asked Mr. Predicto is my friend here who has been helping us call the light the lamp, the goal scorers, and so far, I think 4 for 4 is
Perfect.
Mr. Predicto.
He's been perfect calling out goal scorers.
And so today we don't do light the lamp on Thursdays because we talk Traitors with you. And we asked about Mark's play, and Mr. Predicto does not like Mark's play. He said no, but he did like my play. So my play, feel good about. We're going under on the Lakers and the Nuggets first half under 124.5. And then on Mark's, your play was Spurs minus 3.5. And Mr. Predicto said no. So Cheesy, you're already on Detroit. So is Mr. Predicto. So everyone else in the world, but Mark. And Mark will have an X on his name tomorrow, which is fine. He wasn't aware.
Mr. Predicto going against me had me worried. Big Cheesy going against me. I am undefeated against Cheesy. I'm just saying that. So it is what it is.
We'll see. All right. That's all we have today. Thanks for Seabass for hanging out with us, talking Traitors. And then we're going to be moving on to Survivor, as now we're 2 episodes in, moving forward on our TV timeout on Thursdays. But Mr. Seabass has been awesome as we've been able to see a little behind the scenes of the Traitor stuff. This is the first time. Excited that we've done that for sure.
And I wore this hat today just in case Miss Candace was able to make the show. I was hoping to get some of that magic luck because I officially sent in my application for the U.S. Traitors season, and that happened last night. So
with the nerds, the normal people,
I was hoping to get some of her hat magic.
I think that was going to be more fun, actually.
Oh,
than the celebrity one. I think so.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I think it could be. I think because of we don't know these people, I think it has potential to be really good. But if they suck,
true,
then that's the part. Right. Potentially terrible. But we've seen, I think the producers, and I don't know this, but the producers and the people that recruit, like the scouts, whatever, to get the right people, I believe the people who do Survivor now teaming up with some other companies, and it could be Traitors, I believe. And because for what my understanding is Survivor is like the leader in the clubhouse of, they are the ones that do their own work. They get their own people. They're the ones that do all the legwork, and then everybody kind of mooches off of their people in the end sometimes. And so from my understanding that those people who find the people on Survivor are the cream of the crop. And I don't know why I just heard about that. So I thought that was interesting to share. So we'll see. And maybe the Traitors cast will be really good. Maybe Mark will be on it. But anyway, that's all we have. Thanks to Mark and Seabass MDG for hanging out on a Thursday, a little TV timeout action. But we'll be back tomorrow with Robbie. Will be joining Mark and I as we introduce a new segment. I don't know, picture perfect. We'll call it something. We'll figure out something snazzy. We'll let Seabass name it or whatever. But either way, we'll see everybody tomorrow. See you then.